Local organizations that give a voice to poor immigrants like Lupe are saying that the Customs and Border Protection will need to implement big reforms before they can regain the trust of the Rio Grande Valley community. While this may be one of the worst offenses we have seen in the valley by a Border Patrol agent, John Michael Torres at Lupe says it's not the first time an agent has overstepped their bounds.
And that there's really a problem with this law enforcement agency if they allow something like this to happen, especially somebody who is on duty.
When an incident of this kind takes place, Torres says it affects the entire community.
People are connected to the immigrant community in the Rio Grande Valley. When the most vulnerable amongst us are abused in this way, we see it as an attack on the community, attack on all of us as a whole.
While Torres acknowledges the vast majority of agents are honest and law-abiding, he believes the agency's image has been shattered.
The Border Patrol has to respond strongly. They have to respond with a full investigation. They have to respond with the answers of why was this allowed to take place, especially with somebody who is on duty. They have to be there to support them as they recover.
The conditions some immigrants go through to get into the country are deplorable, but Torres says many of those who make the journey are willing to risk their lives to get here.
When people decide to cross the border illegally, they're taking a calculated risk, a risk that says that I may be abused, I may be subjected to horrible conditions, I may even lose my life, but what I'm leaving behind is a slow death.
While the abuse of immigrants usually comes from human traffickers, Torres looks to immigration reform as a way to prevent further abuse in the future.
If we had immigration reform that allowed people to come to this country safely and legally, they would. People would not take these risks.
Lupe says they look forward to seeing the thorough investigation report. In San Juan, Brett Crandall, Action 4 News.
And here now is more on that investigation, as the FBI believes that the Border Patrol agent linked to the kidnapping and assault of 3 women took his own life. And there are more twists in the case, and they keep on coming. Action 4's Ashley Custer live with the very latest.
Marcy, the FBI is still in the preliminary stages of their investigation, and at this time no additional details are being released. Friends of Border Patrol agent Esteban Manzanares say they are in shock and disbelief after hearing of the crime he is accused of.
He was not the person that they were portraying, to be. He would not have done something like this. Something else had to have happened.
Monica Almanza lived next door to Esteban Manzanares and his ex-wife Susan before he moved to his apartment in Mission. She describes Manzanares as quiet and a very loving family man. She says his 2 young children were his world. She just can't wrap her mind around the idea of him committing such a terrible crime.
Someone else could have been there. We feel there could have been foul play.
Border Patrol has confirmed that Esteban Manzanares is the agent at the center of the FBI investigation into the assault of 3 undocumented Honduran women. Around 6:30 Wednesday evening, several agents found a wounded undocumented female near a trail south of Abram Road. The woman told agents she had been stabbed by an unknown man. Agents later found a second injured female after continuing their search to the area. Sources close to the investigation say around 3 a.m. Thursday morning, FBI and Mission SWAT found Manzanares had shot himself inside his apartment. There, they also found the missing 3rd victim, a 14-year-old Honduran girl, tied up but still alive. The case is still in the preliminary stages of the investigation, but it's leaving many asking how this could have happened.
No, I don't think he snapped. I don't think there was nothing that could have triggered this, not that we could have imagined.
Almanza says she's spoken to Manzanares' ex-wife, who calls this ordeal a nightmare.
He didn't do this. He didn't do this, and if it happened, he didn't do it alone. Please continue investigating, because this is Esteban, his wife, his children, they need peace of mind.
Customs and Border Protection officials say they are deeply disturbed by the ordeal and are offering counseling to personnel who have been affected. They also want to reassure the public that the women at the center of this are receiving proper care and treatment. In the Hidalgo County Newsroom, I'm Ashley Custer, Action 4 News.
Okay, Ashley, and the American Civil Liberties Union of Texas saying this is another case of abuse. Last September, the Department of Homeland Security identified key problems with the Border Patrol training. They're asking for stronger oversight.